right, welcome back. This is the Epic Morning Show, today International Youth Day. So we have two young men in the studio, and of course, me maker number three, and we go discuss issues around young people in the country. So this morning in the studio, we will get Ahmed Atata Mansari, who is Public Relations Officer for the Ministry of Youth Affairs. Good morning, Mr. Mansari.
Yes, good morning.
And Robert Charles Davis, Head of Media for Under 30 CEOs Africa. Good morning, Mr. Davis.
Good morning, Mohammed. Thanks for having me.
All right, so let's start with you, Atata. So this the celebration today, are we celebrating in line with the global theme, or we get we own local theme, or they push we own celebration around?
We're celebrating in line with the global theme, and of course, the global theme now one way we can also say they work in line with within exactly now the operations and activities of the current Ministry of Youth Affairs, because it boils down to transforming full systems, also the youth innovation for human plenary heads. So all of those, when we come to the content of the discussions, and I will try to lay out some of the issues then there. So we go in line with the global theme.
So for a lot of young people, the question for them is, when International Youth Day they come for Sierra Leonean youth, do we have anything to celebrate?
We've always had a lot of things to celebrate. It doesn't mean because you parent them poor, you not go celebrate a bad day. That day must have to be recognized. Sierra Leone has gone through a lot of challenges, like we don't see from the 11 years of war, we don't see the Ebola, we don't see the Muslim, now we're talking about COVID. But then, other things that don't affect likely Sierra Leonean youth, and because of that, we don't see, say, the problems, concerns, challenges of young people, then cross-cutting, like I always can say, waiting there for young people na epic, not to go there for young people, probably a 98.1, not to go there for those in SLBC, in the sense which they say young people in Freetown will have different concerns, different challenges, more than those who go there na Kalamba, more than the one who go there Makini, more than the one who go there na Kailan, all the rest of it. That is just in a nutshell what I try to say. But that not preclude we from not celebrating. We have a lot we've been able to do as
what's not some of them things and then?
We've been able to see exactly, of course, since the period when United Nations we don't try to allocate a particular day or assign a day for the celebration of International Youth Day, when principally a moment or a day where we can raise awareness on the contributions of young people in every spheres of life. Sierra Leone also again, we don't lag behind. We've been able to do quite a lot of things, in regards to making young people taking a center stage. For far too long, we'll be saying that young people are the leaders of today. We have been able to see how principally governments don't able to bring people with a fall within the age bracket for take a governance position. And then you've been able to see exactly like, let's say, in the recent one in the current administration, you go to parliament and see how many young people over there. You come to the executive arm of government where you have a lot of ministers and other people also in the MDAs. That is worthy to be celebrated. You don't see the contributions of young people in the educational sector, how exactly we have been able to represent Sierra Leone in and out of the country and even at the global stage. That is worthy to be celebrated. You don't see in the area of innovation, communication, and technology, the contributions of young people in Sierra Leone and how they're not able for represent the country, in the country and out of the country. The facts are with you. You've seen the number of ambassadors who've been able to have in Sierra Leone, how they themselves they try for champion the causes and concerns of young people. That is worthy to be celebrated. In everything we do, come to the aspect of agriculture. You see master farmers. Before this time, you have to hear about aged people in those areas. And you've seen the recent development also again. When the government brought the 300 to 400 tractors across Sierra Leone, where government say, one for contributes principally for provide food for the people of this country in the next couple of years. Not all old people. These are young people championing those things. If you want to feed your people, it's like before this time, it has to do your father or mother feeding you. But now young people themselves are coming into the picture. So that is to say we don't able to subsume this particular theme this year for say the youth themselves are to come into agriculture, they have to come into technology, and they have to come into innovation in feeding the Republic of Sierra Leone. So all of these,
All
I
right.
mean,
We'll come back to you, Mr. Davis. You be part of a group where on the kind of train people for being entrepreneurs in terms of training, talking to them, etc., etc. So, in una own perspective, when I feel say government don't do enough for create more opportunities for young people for going to entrepreneurship, for example.
Well, so far so good. Since the inception of Under 30 CEOs, where we start to operate in the area of entrepreneurship till date, we as an organization don't take our level best for our best to go before encourage, because one thing for us is the concept of entrepreneurship and not that much visible in Sierra Leone, because most people there's a version between doing business and you being an entrepreneur. So those are some of the things that we bring to young people have the we get the knowledge for okay, one for going into entrepreneurship, one for doing entrepreneurship. But basically, to your question, looking at the whole government's own plan and ensuring that it creates a level playing field for the young people are going into entrepreneurship. So to some extent, I would say yes, they have, and to some extent, I would say no, they don't get that level playing field. It because one thing first, what you always want to say, young people I say will find it very difficult to get a platform we go before going express. We say these are the things that we want to make happen. So these are the things that we want to do. But we as an organization, we're fortunate for the past 2 years we've done the operate and forget a working relationship with the ministry with regards the ideas that we'll get of entrepreneurship and all. In fact, that's why this way International Youth Day Summit will organize today. We partner with the ministry for make sure to get a successful program and bring youths from across the country for can discuss important things within inside the youth policies, and also with regards to the theme of this year's celebration and that of the way forward when it comes to entrepreneurship, because Danana we own stronghold, we believe say we encourage young people and for develop themselves and develop the country as a whole.
When I see more young people get interest in that, because there's also been a long-standing perception where young people just look to government for solutions. Okay. How far with your intervention, the things you want to try for push, you see young people showing more interest to get into entrepreneurship, etc., etc.
Well, to a large extent, yes, young people are really willing for going into entrepreneurship only if they get the level playing field, or then get the opportunities when it comes to fund opportunities, grants, and other stuff for them for pursue the intention into entrepreneurship. Because gone are the days where they say you get for wait for the government can give you a job, or after you graduate at college or make it an employment, because those are some of the difficulties we don't face over the years where you graduate or college for can't get a job. So when we start for this organization for the past 3 years, and the various programs we would organize, we masterclass, we symposium we organize, we pitch nights them. We they see more and more youths when they come in, and young people would, even the one who go school, apart from the college, if they don't go school, they show interest, but there are a lot of challenges with regards their interest when they show into entrepreneurship.
I understand that when I not get the data right now, but I'm thinking now, since when I not get the data, how they measure the progress they make from year in, year out.
Yes, we able to do the measurements because over the years there has been high awareness raising on the part of youth themselves. Remember, that is the more reason, in fact, you get a lot of people speaking about young people of Sierra Leone, because when some of them come out from university, some of them are their respective organizations, like my brother also, they always put ideas together for me then come and speak to the issues we then don't go through, or when they feel say the company they go through. And by so doing, they also again serve as watchdogs in
these concerns we una self can resonate with as a group.
Bashir in a statement don't clearly state I would say all things way now the major things would affect young people in a salon, because when you're a young person and then you feel exactly, you know exactly what some of the challenges them they face, you come to young people, because you go out, you mingle, and you waiting and they grumble. Like for example, when you go to the stadium for watch game, the discussion with young people is just the same. When you go to the wash car, when you go to even at the university, it's just the same discussion across the country. And one key thing where it talk about, so if you say it's a great concern, I believe, say government and the ministry for pay great attention attention to now the way we talk about the use of drugs. We don't find out say youth say they go more into this drug addiction. We're very very bad, especially now the girl picking them. It could be interesting when you go to the beach at night, when you go to some occasions, when you go to some programs. You see now girl picking they take harmful drugs the way some man even mind take self. So that is for say a lot of problem there when it comes to addressing issues we get for the young people in my salon. So I believe say some of the issue there. So government, especially the ministry, for pay key attention. So it's not about creating policies. It is good creating these policies, but how best you can able for go for make sure say the policy you create, then you implement it in the right way. You get the right people who drive that policy there, and also are you able for monitor again, because there are times you can implement the stuff. People can start for do them, but how you monitor and for make sure it becomes sustainable and it become proactive and effective.
Una get a summit today where una get for discuss a number of issues them in a plenary format.
Yeah.
How far you feel say the issues and they get for going addressing these challenges?
Well, as part of the work plan we put for this particular summit, after all the discussion we get from the 3 topics we'll get for make sure to get a report what they do and submit them to the ministry, because Nadami could decide for bring youths them across the country, and youths will believe say they are like-minded, able for think and know some of the issues there. So you know one person will believe say over the years don't create that impact there. So one for bringing them all together, discuss some of them topics there. So we're the parts of the youth policy, and after that, so I'm waiting at the discussion we'll get from the panel and also the guests they will get for the part of the program, your input and contribution. We'll get a whole report to submit to the ministry and see how best we'll go for monitor and engage them for make them see for address some of the issues there. So because you don't go address youth issues if you not get them from the youth. Or young people, you know, go say, okay, I can't address issue of young people, and way the issue not from the young people they come out from, and from other people they come out from. So I make a decide for bringing them together. It got unfortunate, so don't forget everybody on board because of the COVID-19 restriction. That now we wish forget a lot of youths them, even not only from Freetown but from the provinces. Some more can discuss some of them thing here. So I don't know if they present them to the ministry and Southwest will collaborate with them for make we roll out them plans there.
And then problem there is not with not just the affect youths them na the urban areas, youths them as well na the rural areas.
Of course.
How much una they try for do for make una advocacy include them as well?
Well, under 30 CEOs, as I tell you, we know that they for a very long time. Now 3 years now don't they exist, and most of work done based on entrepreneurship. And parts of the work as an entrepreneurship farm and a business farm that try for uplift young people. The COVID-19 are one of the big problems that affects this particular area, because one of the greatest plans for Southwest will extend. Because again, when you talk about development, you not only focus on Freetown, because most people development and focus on Freetown. That's why this year, apart from the calendar of activities there, and for Southwest will extend, we work to the provinces then. Because of the COVID-19 and other related issues there, we find it very difficult. Though we start, but unable for continue for Southwest to go for raise awareness to young people in the provinces when it comes to entrepreneurship and addressing the issues that we get for affect young people in the country.
Okay, Atata, you just Yeri Ambassador Bash raising a number of issues that is wrong with some of the work that they do at the moment and some of the impacts where they get on young people. What thing will be your response? Let's start with the funding area. We say governments can make commitment and either the money not come quick or the money not come at all. Starting with the youth baskets fund.
Yes, we noticed that, and in as much as that was a government or presidential pronouncement that I make, in fact, if you look at the revised national youth policy, that now one aspect will take serious concern about. Also, one forgot a youth empowerment fund or basket. We say in as much as the country is being developed and moved by young people in all spheres of life, and especially in the mining sector, that at least a particular percentage of all minerals in Sierra Leone for go to go on that particular place, that particular fund or basket. And then you also see all those donor partners where they also get resources for work in the interest of young people. We also again try to identify a particular percentage where that fund will be like a kind of tax for good day. So holistically, now then point that we want to see and how government also going to go identify.
Many thanks to both of una, Ahmed Atata the PRO from Ministry of Youth Affairs, and Robert Charles Davis, the head of media for Under 30 CEOs Africa. So to all youths them out there, I don't know if I foresee Happy International Youth Day or something like that. So let's celebrate the day and let's reflect as well on some of the challenges where we get. This is the Epic Morning Show.